waist pain, sleeplessness, coloration of urine. Whenever you start urinating frequently, you experience pain after urinating, or my number once again, 080 33 74.
I pay the bills of the family, and he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is paramount.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
More Nigerian is more Nigerian.
And permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example I may show you are leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employee of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family, and he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time.
Dynamics and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example I may show you are leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employee of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family, and he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is paramount.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
More Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. That's right.
The capacity of the government to effectively formulate and implement sound policies and the respect of citizens and the state of the institutions that govern economic and social interactions among them would always pose it to be as governance in any society. Well, it's a Friday, of course, our last shot this week when it comes to Standpoint. We usually make it yours because you get to interact and question activities of our leaders within the corridor of power, what they've been able to do at every point in time in the interest of the people, talking about governance. A very good morning to you and welcome to Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics on Rapid 96.5 FM. This conversation is live on Facebook and YouTube at Rapid Umahia and also Rapid 96.5 FM. My name is Moses Ben. Perspectives on our leaders, representatives in governance and the people. Incorruptible Sam. I know that some time ago he wanted to question activities of the local government mayor. Yeah. Your own. Yeah, welcome to Standpoint. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Moses Ben.
Thank you, sir.
You know how happy I used to be on Fridays. Definitely, I love Fridays and I love Mondays and my very special midweek service on Wednesdays.
Did we deliver sermon on Wednesday?
Oh my goodness. The sermon on Wednesday really, made with, and that's what we are doing here. It is what we are doing here. You just talked about leadership, and here that we are also contributing our own quota, and that is the most important thing. If even the listener understands that place he or she is now he or she is also a leader, one way or the other contribute. Maybe your own contribution might actually be to call on that your representative. Please check this side. You're not actually paying attention.
Apart from paying attention, you said something about that side.
Exactly. You understand? That is what we are all here doing. I said something about I'm a woman, and I don't want to believe that any leader will willingly come out to be Eze Onyawalam. If you become Eze Onyawalam from the first day in that office, you will fail. Eze Onyawalam means you don't need advice. You don't take advice from anybody. I think I've talked about that.
And I've read about that.
What happened to that?
To the king.
It was an embarrassment. So it is what we are doing. Leadership is actually very sweet. It might be very, very hectic
and demanding.
Yes, but if you know how to make it easier for yourself, you go ahead to do it. Governance is also okay, but you can't govern the people when you don't have that interaction with them. It's not complete. You do your own. You open the door for them to also help you, just like what you did yesterday during the Abia Town Hall meeting. Yesterday we focused on advising the governor. Yeah, Nigeria is very deep. We know hardship is in Nigeria in general. But how do we help our governor to make it easier in Abia State? That's it. And all of us contributed yesterday. If the governor listened and picked one or two things there and put it into work, it will work. The whole glory will go to the governor. And we contributed one way or the other.
Yes.
That is just it. Those ones that are opposing what you're doing, you call them opposition, pay attention. They might also be helping you. You understand? So on Fridays, we make it, very flexible for everybody to participate. And, I'm happy to be here.
Certainly, governance is participatory.
Can't do it alone.
And welcome to Standpoint.
Thank you very much, my brother, Mrs. Ben. It's our pleasure to be here once again. Like my brother Sam said, we're here to contribute our own quota and believing that government will make use of it. We disagree to agree as a matter of fact.
Sure.
So nobody is a custodian of knowledge. You take from here, take from there, and then you run with it. And before you know it, you get your mileages. So we thank God it's Friday, and we'll rest the brain. And then on Monday, we'll start firing again.
All right. At the appropriate time, we'll open the phone lines for you to participate onto this edition of Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics. We are looking at activities across board, national, sub-government, even at where you are at the moment, talking about the local setting. We have joining us on Standpoint this morning, of course, a member representing Ikuano, Umahia South North Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Honorable Obinna Agwacha. Good morning, sir, and welcome to Standpoint.
Hey, good morning, my brother and my co-participants.
You see where you are sitting there, they've caged you.
Oh, we didn't cage him.
Cage me, but let me tell you something. The opening remarks of my co-participants today are simply fantastic. Like they said, governance is being able to have a positive relationship with your people, having access to your people, and having the willingness to sit down and to listen and be attentive to the wishes and aspirations of your people. And I'm happy, without any equivocations, to say that my governor of the great state of Abia State, the most performing governor, Dr. Alex Joma Oti, is an attentive and listening governor, and has made himself accessible, and is doing a fantastic work in changing the narrative of the good people of Abia State. So I'm happy to be a part of his process. I'm happy to be a part of the government of Abia State, though representing Iguano, Umuahia North and Umuahia South at the federal level. But I'm happy to be back home and also to talk about the fantastic things that I'm seeing in my home state.
All right, thank you so much. Before we start dwelling on issues, Honorable, this morning, you talked about a leader should be accessible. People should have access to it. But within our climb, we can see. We want to get your evaluation on that. How do you consider these leaders, or what do you consider them to be? Those who do not allow people to access them, because there are persons who can say that I am a constituent of this particular representative, but I don't have access to him. What do you consider those leaders to be?
Well, let me use myself as an example. I'm a leader, the political leader, especially from the Labour Party in Iguano, Umuahia North and Umuahia South. My people have access to me. My house is an open gate. I don't hide myself when I come home. I participate in almost every social activities, community activities when I come home. Yeah, there are certain times where the economic hardship has also made the volume of calls to a particular office to be, so vulnerable. People call you for one thing or the other. My father just died. My father's brother died. My dog just died.
I can imagine.
Child dedication. If I open up my phones, like somebody was asking me that, they sent me a message. I have over 2,000 messages, and the more you try to be responsive to those messages, more are coming in. And 95% of those messages are one economic hardship or the other. Not even, how are you now? Nobody's asking, nobody cares about that. Absolutely. Nobody, cares about your own welfare, about your own well-being, that you also have problems. So it's a situation where you have to do your very best as well to remain accessible, to remain attentive and listen to them. And where possible, where you can solve some of the problems that they have, you do your best to do that. But you can't be coming and be killing yourself too, because if you do too much and overstress yourself, next thing is see you on 6 feet. And do you know what happens after that? 3 months later, they will have another election to get another person to replace you, and then on that person's mandate, they will also stand. So there has to be a balance, a firm balance, whereby you're taking care of yourself, your mental health, you're also being attentive to your work, and also being attentive to the constituency work that you've been elected to be able to do. And then do the best that you can and leave the rest to God.
All right, you talked about hardship and hunger in the land. Of course, today is the 9th, I believe that, of August 2024. The nationwide protest started on the 1st of this month. And then we've seen what it has turned to in certain parts of the country. But it's a kind of bewildering, not on the negative note, that the Southeast region, Abia State specifically, we've not seen this particular demonstration being carried out. People are pointing at leadership. issue representative and all of that. Let us have your own reaction to what is happening. How come the Southeast?
On the floor of the House of Representatives, when this issue first came up, if you recall, there was a moment that we even cut our salary by 50% to show solidarity with, the issues at hand.
Has that been implemented? Is it running?
No, it's going to be implemented by August. This current
month.
August.
Okay.
So by the time we receive our salary at the end of the month, that will be reflected. We moved that motion in July. So there are a lot of bureaucratic issues that will go with that. So we expect that by end of August, when we receive our salary, we would have been cut by 300,000 naira. So
across the representatives in the House.
Across the 360 members of the House of Representatives. But when we were debating that, I said that I am not one of those to come out and say, do not protest.
Okay.
I said, if you want to protest, protest. You're entitled to protest because it's enshrined in Section 40 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic, 1999 as amended. And the reason people are protesting is because so many years of neglect, so many years of inefficiency by the state, especially when it comes to the well-being and welfare of the people. Your people are telling you they are hungry and you can't postpone hunger. I've never seen anybody who says I'm hungry and you postpone it till tomorrow. People are hungry. And there are reasons why people are hungry. It's because of the inflationary pressure on our currency. People have money, but the money are chasing fewer food in the market. People are no longer producing food because of the menace of insecurity. So a lot of combination of things have made people now deciding to come out and express their anger, rightfully so, to the government. And I also said, come out and protest peacefully. Do not engage in the destruction of life and property. The government, please be restrained in terms of the usage of force. But now the protest is more in the north because they are the ones actually bearing the brunt of the lack of opportunities and the hopelessness and insufficient opportunities. We are doing far better in the south than what is obtainable in the far north. So what you are now saying is those people who have been ignored for a whole long time, those people who have been put down for a whole long time are now telling their slaveholders to say, hey, we're tired of this. We want to move on. We want to have the same opportunity. We want to have the same opportunity of going to school as our colleagues in the south. We want to have opportunity for adequate housing as our colleagues in the south. We want to have opportunity for employment as our colleagues in the south. So that is why you're seeing the massive destruction and the massive outpour of people in the north destroying properties. I saw one that actually they went to the library, ransacked the library, took dustbins, took everything, but left the books. Who does that? But that's the current situation in Nigeria. So I'm hoping that the president paid a bit of attention, listen to the plight of the people, and himself are looking for ways to find solutions to solving some of our economic issues, our insecurity issues, our economic issues, our inflationary issues. But unfortunately, the president spoke. I didn't hear anything that he said meaningful that would have doused the tensions. I mean, he could have come out and reduced the price of fuel. Nigerians would have been most happier. He could have said, I'm declaring an emergency in food distribution. Because most of the problems that we have in food distribution is, all these people who are taking, non-state actors who are taking all different types of tolls in the interstate commerce. You go to Sokoto, let me use Sokoto as an example. You buy yam, a truck of yam for 1 million naira. Ideally, what would have happened is that when you buy yam for 1 million naira, you pay tax in Sokoto. That receipt should allow you free interstate commerce or free interstate access to Umuahia. But by the time you leave from Sokoto to get to Umuahia, they've collected another 2 million on top of the 1 million that you bought. And that's the difference between you go to places like in Lagos, a tuber of yam is 14,000 naira. And then by their own estimate, National Bureau of Statistics, selected food items have all gone up more than 200% just between last year and this year. How can the common man live?
All right, Honorable. The question still falls down to the action or reaction of the presidency. I can remember clearly, aside the NSAS protest in 2020, that in 2012 under Goodluck Jonathan occupied Nigeria, of course, likely or slightly was against increment in terms of fuel subsidy removal there. This particular one, this issue, we understand the government of the President Tinubu has floated the Naira, subsidy removal and what have you. People have been saying that it actually did not capture the entire problem. It never came ready to serve the interest of this country. What's your take? Because we are still dwelling on national level where you are serving now.
Like I've just told you. I just told you. If the president was ready from day one, and I know a lot of people will say, because I'm saying this because of an expectational bias, that I'm a Labour man and that I'm from the Southeast. No. Like I said, hunger knows no boundary.
Absolutely.
It doesn't know whether you're a Christian. It doesn't know whether you're a Muslim. It doesn't know whether you're from the South or you're from the North. If you're hungry, you're hungry. And if you can't provide for yourself, then you leave yourself open.
What about the decision you are taking in terms of increase in FAC, distribution of grains, fertilizers to states?
Those are medium.
And then also he has doled out certain amounts of money to states.
No, those are medium to long-term solutions that he has brought in that will not just kick in. There's no policy of state. When I mean state, I mean the nation state, that you can introduce and you see systemic impact. It takes a while because you have to score those. Now, the president has had an over-reliance on palliatives. How much palliatives can you give? Okay, you're giving maybe 20 million bags of rice to feed a population of 230 million. How many people will get it? And then those who get it, they will get 1 cup or 2 cups. How many times will they feed on that 1 cup or 2 cups to come back again? So we need to have systemic approaches to this. Like I just said to you, one of the easiest things to crash food prices in the market, in Umuahia market now, is to have an emergency on food distribution. I just said that to you. So that you remove all those non-state actors who are busy collecting all manner of tolls, including police, including army, civil defense, all of them, customs, all of them that are on the road, are the ones making the food prices to go higher than what it's supposed to be. So if you remove that, you would have at least crashed the price of food, at least by 70%. People will begin to have a bit of respite. You can't continue to give them food, hand to mouth every single time and expect a major difference. It's never going to happen. You don't have enough food. You don't have enough food to give out freely. So let's have agricultural inputs. A lot of people have agricultural inputs that you can give to them to go to farm. Most people who are going to grow crops beyond their own personal consumption, you can have community off-takers. Government can subsidize that. But anything that the government cannot do to make it easier for accessible transportation or movement of people or goods from point A to point B and being able to feed their people, we are creating more anarchy for our people and creating more anarchy for the state.
All right, Honorable. Last month, the President Tinubu signed the Southeast Development Commission bill into law. I understand the level of contributions from the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, yourself and other members from the Southeast extraction.
We're 43 of us.
Okay, I understand.
From the Southeast, but being the Deputy Speaker, he is our lead.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is our lead sponsor. He is our leader. So he's our lead sponsor. But the entire 43 members and the entire 15 members of the Senate all came together to ensure that this bill, which started in the 8th Assembly by Senator Sam Anyang and Representative Vigarawe, in the 10th Assembly, we got it to fruition. So I want to congratulate my brother, my friend, my ally, Benjamin Kanu, and as well as my colleagues who all came together to ensure the passage of this bill. And I also want to congratulate Mr. President for assenting to the bill. Now, the bill is fantastic.
It's a landslide achievement, a landmark achievement.
Seriously, it's fantastic.
I understand the commission is yet to be established.
No, well, we hope, first of all, you have to appropriate to set up the commission. So we're waiting for 2025 budget to know the appropriations that will go to the startup of the Southeast Development Commission. And right now, we're still waiting for the president to initiate the management, how do you say it? The management group of
like the office setup.
The office setup, who's going to be the MD? How is that going to be rotated among the 5 member states? Who's going to be the ED, Finance and Administration, or who's going to be ED Project, and as well as various directorships.
That's where my question wants to come in, Honorable. Of course, we've seen what is happening on that certain commission. We can talk about that of the Niger Delta Development Commission. Should this commission be set up, the management be set up, the issue of this particular commission achieving the objective, what it is meant for. We talk about reconstruction, rehabilitation, reintegration, and what have you. We've seen issue of nepotism, favoritism. Nobody is accountable to anything. Lack of transparency in this term.
We're in NDDC or
I'm not pointing. We've seen it in our system. It's running in certain system we are operating in Nigeria. Would this particular commission achieve its objective?
Absolutely, absolutely. See, it starts from the setup. It starts from having a visionary MD and the support staffs from the ED project, ED finance, to all the other directorships that will come. I think there are about 9 directors. Departments are going to be headed by all the directors. And then the support staffs as well, including even the gate man, the driver, and everybody. If they are conscious about the work that they are going to do, which is an enormous work that they're going to do, and without prejudice to the work that our governors are doing in their states respectively, this is the first time we're going to have in 54 years, whereby the government of Nigeria is going to make do to, in the 3 R's, like you talked about. One is rehabilitation, reconstruction, and the other one is reconciliation. So in the rehabilitation and reconstruction, this is the first time we can now come together as a people to say, this is our regional development aspiration. Can we have light rails? I'm just saying, for an example. Can we have 5 major medical centers that will be dealing in different aspects of medicine to make Southeast a medical tourist zone? How are we going to have 5 major STEM schools, one in each of the states, that will take care of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics to develop the future? How are we going to have more markets like what OT did yesterday in the remodeling of a Koha market, to make it an international standard market with serene environment where people can come and trade goods and services? So it's an opportunity. And look at all the environmental concerns that we have in the Southeast. There's no state in the Southeast that doesn't have one environmental challenge or not. If you go to my own federal constituency, Ikuano, and Ubakala, and many other places, even in my hometown of Nkwegu, we have severe environmental challenges. So this is the first time where Nigeria as a state, we're going to use their money to develop Southeast, other than what is currently happening where the Igbos are using their own money to develop our home state. So if we use government money to develop our own state, we can now encourage our people to have subsidiary offices in the Southeast, create an economic hub in the Southeast, whereby people will be so afraid of us Not that they will fight us, but that afraid that if they don't come to join us in the benefit of the economic activities, then they will lose out. So I'm very optimistic that this is a game changer for the Southeast. Now, on the other leg that is still waiting, we're waiting for reconciliation. So reconciliation in the sense that it has always appeared that in this country we have two sets of rules, one for every other Nigerian and one for the Igbo man.
Absolutely.
The appearance of injustice in the administration of justice must now come to end. And to that, I'm saying there can be no better peace, there can be no better safety, there can be no reduction in insecurity than the unconditional release of my constituent and my brother, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu.
All right, we'll talk about that. This is Standpoint, and we will be speaking with this morning the member representing Ikuano, Umuahia South North Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Honorable Obinna Agwocha. We'll go on a short break. When we return, there are things that we would be finding out from him this morning. Just do well to stay with us.
Thank you.
Beauty is power. A smile is its sword. Beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is all around us. So, if you want to look good always, visit Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. It's new, it's exclusive, and the happening store in beauty products. We deal on perfumes and cosmetics such as body lotions, facial creams and scrubs, body sprays, powders, bath wash, and all kinds of quality cosmetics with affordable prices. Contact us at number 41 Fimbers Road, Umuahia, or number 28 School Road, Umuahia, all in Abia State. Call us on 0806 951 2773 or email us at wandsgleam@gmail.com. Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. Quality is our name. Signed, management.
Introducing GG Farms, a premier agricultural enterprise located in Umuahia, Abia State. We specialize in various agricultural sectors including poultry farming, fish farming, crop production, cold room services, as well as sales and supply of farm equipment and agricultural products including eggs, chicken, catfish, and palm oil. GG Farms also has lucrative investment opportunities across our diverse farming operations that will have you smiling weekly with juicy returns on your investment. Invest with us today and enjoy profitable returns. Contact us on 0814-852-5839. That is 0814-852-5839 or 0812-315-8320. Now you can visit our head office at 49 School Road, Umuahia, or our code room office at AF Plaza beside Light of the World Ministry, Ahieke Ikotekbene Road, Umuahia, Abia State.
Arrive alive. Respect traffic rules. Do not drink and drive. Do not drive and drink. Every life on the road is precious. Drive safely. Be attentive and ensure your journey doesn't become a tragedy.
Stop wa on our roads. One Nemonyabia. Matanando get in their Biampa. Drive safely.
This message is powered by Abia State Orientation Agency.
Ozia, Sinaka Abia State Orientation Agency. Nabiarun.
Rapid 96.5 FM.
The sound of your city.
Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example are they showing as leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employer of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
More Nigeria is more Nigeria than any Nigeria. That's right.
You're welcome back to Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics. This morning, we have been looking at developments in Nigeria and in Abia State. We still have in the studio the member representing Ikwano Umuahia South North Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Honorable Obinna Agwacha. So you're welcome back to the program.
Thank you very much.
Incorruptible Sam Aigogbonaya. Gentlemen, welcome back.
Yeah.
A very quick one, sir. This is over 1 month. Governors of the Southeast region converged in the Lions building. That was in Enugu State. And then they resolved among the resolutions to approach the president for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Also, the caucus at the state senate from Southeast extraction, they made a similar move. I can also recall you made certain moves. You've traveled to Katsina and other regions in this country for this particular cause. We are still at where we are. What is happening?
We're not where we are.
Where are we going to?
I will say to you that we are not where we are. Where we are is completely different from where we were 1 year ago.
All right.
Even 4 years ago. 4 years ago, nobody from the Southeast can come to the National Assembly and be bold to talk about a sensitive matter as that of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It was a taboo. People were afraid. People shied away from it. I campaigned that if elected to the National Assembly, I won't keep my mouth shut. That I am the representative of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and that I will make myself available to all levels of dialogue to ensure that he has an unconditional release. And from day one that I went to the National Assembly, I've remained steadfast. My colleagues respect me for that. And having been able to get almost 52 members to join me in signing a letter across the political and religious spectrum, and, to sign a letter to President Tinubu to say, please, we're appealing to you to heed to our call to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. My visit to the former president of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, working with Governor Oti to ensure that the Governors Forum comes on board. The entire membership of the Southeast Caucus, which was a very difficult caucus to come together. But we came together regardless of our differences to say the number one priority, legislative priority for Ndibo is to ensure that we have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released. And then lastly, the minority caucus, about 180 of us that belong to every other political party that is not APC, after I've talked to them, adopted my motion, 180 of us said it's a matter of national urgency to be able to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So a lot of work has been put in, and a lot of work is being put in behind the scene. There are a lot of legal issues that are involved, but I'm very optimistic that within the time allowable that Justice Binton Yako gave for us to have a political solution, that we will find a political solution to be able to get our brother out. So I'm very proud of that. There are three aspects of the work of a legislature. Let me use this opportunity to say that. One is making laws. And in making laws, this honorable member have sponsored 15 bills and 3 other bills that I've co-sponsored, making it 18 bills.
Within this period of time you are in the House.
Within this period of time, within less than 1 year, we've been in the House. And then the other aspect of the job of a legislature is representation, being in advocacy. I'm not only advocating for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I'm also advocating for other people within that gap. Just 2 weeks ago, somebody bundled about 10 people from Ikwano for CID in Abuja, including an 88-year-old man. Jesus. The man almost died in the temporary detention where they put them. These things happen on a daily basis. And they call their House of Rep member to come and mediate so that they can be free. And in every circumstances, thank God, that in every circumstance that I've been able to be called in terms of advocacy, that I've been able to represent our people and then free them from whatever hostility that they find themselves. Then the other aspect is constituency outreach. Constituency outreach, Just like I'm here now back in my constituency. I can go to Ikuano, I can go to Umuahia South, I can go to anywhere in Umuahia North and have town hall meetings, discussions with my people. Recently now, a lot of people are expecting that the legislator will also be somebody that you have to, of course, you have to attract meaningful government presence to your area. There's nobody who has served in the National Assembly in my capacity as a legislator that has been able to attract within our current budget. Is there. I'm not just saying it to talk. It's there in our budget. In our 2024 main budget and soon to come out 2024 supplementary budget. There's nobody who has served in 1 year to have been able to attract up to 1.5 billion in constituency projects. You will not see it now because the government of the day has not yet started funding the constituency project. Recently, we even moved, which I don't know which accounting is that, but we take responsibility for that, where 2023 budget that's supposed to have elapsed on December 31st, 2023, we extended it in our Appropriation Act to now run through 2024. So as I speak to you now, we have 4 budgets running concurrently. One, 2023 main budget, 2023 supplementary budget that is still running, and then the 2024 main budget, and we just concluded the 2024 supplementary budget. So when these things are being funded, when it's being funded, there will be massive smiles on the face of my constituents in Ikuano, in Umuahia North and Umuahia South. We're just waiting for the president to do that. And that's a very important point I want to make on this. When people talk about, say, a constituency project, they look at it that the government is giving you money. There's no money that the government is giving you. There are 3 entitlements to every House member and to every senator. One is what is called Zonal Intervention Program. The ZIP is 1 billion naira shared to each state evenly. Abia gets 1 billion, Lagos gets 1 billion, Kaduna, all these places get 1 billion, but it's shared amongst the representatives from there. In the case of Abia, we're 8 members from the House of Representatives. So each and every one of us get equally 163 million for constituency project. But the good thing about constituency project, you determine what you want to use that for your constituency. But it is budgeted and is appropriated. There's no money that is given to you on that.
And you've collected yours?
No, you don't collect now.
Okay, you use it in terms of implementing budget programs.
It's in the program. It's in the budget.
All right.
You put it in the budget. So, but I can say I want seaway water only for my constituency, and the government is obliged to give me 163 million of seaway
for that product.
For that budgetary year. Then another one we're entitled to is we're entitled to what is called SDG. The SDG is a Sustainable Development Goal. SDG can come and say, in this budget year, that they are going to build a school, they're going to rehabilitate failed schools. Each member across board, across the 360 members, across the Federation, receive the same amount of 40 million. And that 40 million is also budgeted, is also appropriated. You don't even have a say in that one. That one, because the SDG is telling you what they want to build it. They're going to come to your constituency to build that. Now remember, I just said about 163 due to Abia, every member. A state like Lagos that has 24 members sharing 1 billion, we are getting more money as state representatives of Abia because our number is small, as opposed to Lagos that might have about the same amount, but 70 million. And then the last one is the capital project. Each member across board gets 200 million. Before, when my predecessor was there, it was 100 million. But we came in, insisted that because of cost of money, inflation, the naira to dollar, we increased it to 200 million. So every member gets 200 million in capital projects. You can use that towards grading of roads, building failed schools again, hospital rehabilitations and all the stuff. But those are also budgeted every single year. So if you go to my own budget in the National Assembly, you see things that are attracted by me to Ikwan Umuahia in 1 year. I've yet to see, there are many people who were in my position in 4 years. They could not attract even up to 500 million naira of project. I am attracting 1.5 billion of project in my federal constituency, and I'm only praying to God that when the opportunity comes that the president will finally release the funds for some of these projects, that these projects will come to fruition.
All right, Honorable, you have actually said a lot. Then 1 hour won't even be enough for this. I've been paying keen attention, and also you have honestly, accepted some of the things happening. But generally now, if this is how the whole thing has actually been done, why is it that we still end up not seeing all these projects that have been budgeted? It's now for the representatives to make sure that their people have been represented, but at the end of the day, we still see things not functioning.
It takes somebody who has conscience. And there are people who go to a position and they're not prepared for that position. So it means that we must be electing people who, somebody say, who know road. You follow somebody who know road.
Yeah.
I know the reason why I was elected to go to Abuja. One, I've been a community leader. I've worked for my community enormously.
It helps.
So it helps, to bring government to the lowest ebb of development. So I went to Abuja not to look at freeways. I went to Abuja to fight for my people. I went to Abuja to extract from whatever it is that you're getting anything legally to ensure that we empower our people. A lot of my colleagues are doing a lot of things out of their own pocket because nobody's funding anything now. I did my own out of pocket when I gave 400 people educational assistance, scholarships. I did that. When I gave 150 people ICT opportunities, I did that. I have a social program just like the one that was launched recently by His Excellency, whereby 10,000 people were given some economic benefits to sustain. I did that, not at that level, but I did 200 people today feeding because that I care. So in Igbo language, I didn't go to Abuja Ime or from Fojakpa, which is what that has been, they use that as a weapon to dehumanize our people and to have our people lose their dignity and respect. So I've gone to Abuja to ensure that whatever that is obtainable for the people of Ikwan Umuahia, that I will get it.
All right.
And I'm getting it because, like when I say now, 1.5 billion, a lot of people were like, whoa, but it's there. It's there in the appropriation books. It's there. And then because of my position in the House of Representatives, meaning I'm the chairman of what you can say, chairman of all chairmen, because every committee, all committees, both standing and ad hoc committees report to me. I oversight them. So with that relationship, I've been able to build adequate relationships, confidence of our colleagues who are not only helping me with the Nnamdi Kanu issue, but also giving me opportunities in their various committees to ensure that we get more for our people.
All right.
And then we get employment opportunities for our people. I'm glad at least within the 1 year that I've been in office, I've been able to give 13 people employment opportunities.
That's great to know.
And
You continue with this.
This is just 1 year in office.
You continue with this, but let's bring in the people at this point, gentlemen. 09160,965 or 0916333 965 96.5 FM Rapid. This is Standpoint. You're welcome. All right, we lost that call. Good morning and welcome to the program.
My name is Mr. Bear.
Kindly turn down the radio set.
Yes, I'm out of that place.
All right, welcome.
God bless all of you in the studio. You all doing very well for us. All the press, I thank God for all of you.
Thank you.
Our distinguished honorable, welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
This is the very Paris speaker, Oluokuru. Call a spade a spade.
Yes, sir.
Chief Awolowo Nkwobeke. And Apana, I want to thank you for what you are doing.
Thank you, sir.
You have been illuminating them. And I hope Honorable Chico Capo should follow you soon.
Yes, he's doing very well. The one from Obo.
Yes.
Yes, he's doing very well. He's absolutely doing very well. Yes. Mm.
Let me tell you, there's an area I want you to point. I'm a labor chieftain in Obo.
Yes, sir.
But I don't talk party. I speak for good governance of the people.
Yes,
Just
sir.
like now, Nigerians are boiling up and asking for hunger. And somebody is telling me a suffering hungry person to repent yes. I want to ask you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Legally, we heard that Honorable Aaron Uzodike, Atiku said, confirm him, swear him in, and the Speaker of Labour Extraction of this party has never given us reason for not swearing Aaron Uzodike. What have you to say about this, sir?
All right, thank you. Your point has been noted. Thank you. Please keep it within 1 minute. Honorable, you react to it, but let's keep
No, well,
okay.
I'm not in the Abia State House of Assembly.
Okay.
It is a matter for the Abia State House of Assembly, and I heard that the matter is also in court. So anything I say now will be subject to this.
All right, 09160,965 or 0916333 965. Please keep it within 1 minute. Welcome to Standpoint. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ben and the gentlemen on the press.
Welcome.
Honorable, I greet you.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Chief Kevin Wosu from Umudike Abeke in the Ituboma local government area of Imo State.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
I know that people are trying, especially those of you in the Federal House. Why is it that every year, starting from the previous government, they will budget money to repair the refinery? No committee will be set up to go and look whether the repair is going on or not. They continue to budget money every year. Buhari spent almost 8 years repairing the refinery without repairing it. This man has entered now. The same thing has
Not
started.
this man, President Tinubu.
Is President Tinubu, whether he's our party member or not, he's president.
So please, what I'm asking, let you people.
Let me help you. Let me help you.
All right.
Let me help you. There's a committee, an ad hoc committee, that has recently been set up by my speaker to look into the management and operations and distribution of products by NNPC. And hopefully when we come back from recess, that ad hoc committee will start work. And I'm sure we'll do our work diligently for the benefit of Nigerians.
All right, 09160,965. Welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Ben.
Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Good morning, our honorable in the house. Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
This is Roman, the prophet from Umuahia.
Welcome.
I'm listening to the honorable. I'm telling you, I'm so much happy. Your voice is so sweet. And what you said, and what you have been doing is worthy of emulation. We said, man, Almighty God, whom we serve, strengthen you in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen. Thank you.
But the only thing what I really want to ask as a member of National Assembly.
Yes, sir.
Why is it that it is because of this bad government protest that you people started probing the NNPC? Because this NNPC of a thing that
the probe has been ongoing. Sorry to have cut you off, sir. No, sorry.
Let me finish. Let me finish. So why is it that the result of this NSAS protest, because $600 billion they import fuel, whereas people
all right, your time is up, sir.
Please talk.
All right.
Let us see. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Should I respond to that?
Let's just take one or two before you round it, conclude with this rather. 09160,965 or 09160-333-965. Welcome to Standpoint.
Very lovely. Welcome, Honorable. You are highly blessed.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Moses and other journalists.
Good morning.
All protocols are some critical for it. Honestly, there's something we must have to admit and applaud. The Southeast Development Commission,
yes,
the welcome development,
absolutely,
but the execution of it, to start implementing it, when we now have it derived, or getting it, is what we are still expecting.
Yes.
Honorable, I love that move. The first time you gathered and assembled a lot of honorable members of color like you.
Yes, sir. And
they make move in terms of our brother.
Yes, sir.
Nnamdi Kanu to be released. But I still want to ask. Let me use this platform to ask. It seems like some people are jeopardizing or they are sabotaging the effort of releasing Nnamdi Kanu. That's number one. Two is this. I want to also ask. If truly that the Igbos now, they are people that are obeying. Just like some people are now, some honorable members that they are happy, saying that after they have asked, after they have pleaded with their people not to protest, and they didn't protest.
Right, run of your thoughts.
Now they are happy. Then I want to say, ask. If the truth that they are obeying. Now, what can Mr. President use this happen now? This one that happened.
Yeah.
To use it as a sign to believe that the Igbos are people peacefully.
Dr. Siga, your time is up.
That's what I want to ask.
Thank you. Honorable, before your reaction on our Facebook page, Iweze Elvis is saying that good morning, distinguished gentlemen in the studio. The problem affecting, ravaging, and bedeviling Nigeria today is leadership failure. We have leaders who make empty promises, who are unpatriotic and unprepared for the big tasks ahead of them. The earlier they address the immense hunger and hardship in the country, the better for everyone. Well, just 1 minute, Honorable.
It's not just leadership failure now. We have followership failure. The followers themselves have, huge responsibility to the form and context of Nigeria today. The same people who are crying today that they're hungry and will do everything to, most of them are very peaceful. Most of them will want to destroy properties. Will be the same people when an election is called tomorrow. We still vote along ethnic and religious sentiments. So the followers themselves even have more honest to be able to make Nigeria to be greater again. When we say no, we don't want this, regardless of your religion, your ethnic, colorations, or whether you're rich or poor, then Nigeria would be on its feet on its feet for the better. So the followers have a whole lot of responsibility to bring to the table to ensure that Nigeria is better.
All right, Honorable, we'll have to leave it here because of our time. Maybe since you are still in the home,
I'm still around.
Yeah, we'll reschedule and then bring you back to address all this issue. We have been speaking with this morning on Standpoint with the member representing Umuahia North South Ikwa North Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Honorable B. Agwacha. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, and thank you for my co-participants. I'm most grateful to all of you.
Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, we'll bring him back next week. Since he's still around, there are issues that he has not addressed that you have to address.
I'm available. If perception is what kills a lot of people.
All right.
So I'm available to the extent that anybody who asks me a question about how we're working, my duty is to tell them the truth.
We'll do that again next week. My name is Moses.
And to go and verify.
All right. Road Tract by Small Pepper will be coming up perhaps after the news light at 10 o'clock. Please do well to carry out your responsibility as a citizen. Good morning.